Hey everyone, Mechanical Number Fox MNF here, and welcome to another reaction video. Today's reaction is a long overdue special that I've been wanting to do for a while now, but I haven't gotten around to doing it until now. More than a few months ago, Magpiepony and TheLostNarrator made a podcast celebrating their 5-year wedding anniversary, and surprisingly my question actually made it into the podcast. Now when I saw that, I knew I had to react to it, and like I said, this was a long overdue reaction I've been meaning to do, but things came up making it even harder for me to even getting around to it. So I hope you guys understand for the very late reaction to this, but this is going to be something very special, especially to me. I never expected that my question would ever feature in this, so I am excited to see their response to it. So let's get right on to that, shall we? But before we get into the reaction, I just want to say thank you to Lost and Meg for putting my question in the podcast and answering it. I'm curious to see what your answers are. I have not seen this part, hence why I'm reacting to it. Make sure to go subscribe to the Lost Narrator and Magpiepony. Links to their channels will be in the description down below, and the link to the original video will also be in the description down below as well to go check it out without my commentary. And with that being said, let's begin in 3, 2, 1.
Mechanical Nightmare Fox
That's me.
MNF, say that 5 times fast,
Yeah.
asks, do you have any advice for wanting to be an art director? How do you find people to form a team that helps you and you help them? This is something that occurred for me over time. So the advice I give, the biggest one is going to be patience. Patience and respect. I've said it in other podcasts.
Patience and respect,
I've said it in
got it.
live streams. It always comes back to respecting other people.
Yeah.
Every time. Every single time. And it doesn't matter how you compensate them. Respect first. First and foremost, period. Like, you can quote me on that. So getting into the nitty-gritty details, specifically an art director. So for PTS, the first one, I learned a lot. I learned what to do and what not to do when it came to inviting other artists into the project. And a lot of the ways that I learned how to be an art director is just from my own persnickety, I guess, attention to detail. Over the years, it's kind of become a process where my art docs for any given project are anywhere from 5 to 10 times the length of the actual fic.
Oh wow.
Either a reading or an audio drama or whatever it is. And that's because I want the pieces of art to be cohesive. So they need to know what details need to be in their art that makes it, match with the one before and after.
Makes sense.
At the same time, give them enough creative freedom to be able to express themselves too.
That's kind of how I am too.
I would say the best analogy for it is you give them the bare bones, but not even assembled. You give them the bones and then you say, assemble it yourself.
Right.
That's what I would say.
However, I always provide the pieces.
Yeah.
Meaning, if a character is new or wearing something different or looks anyway different, I have some kind of a reference for them. I have references for the setting. I have references for the props.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
that makes sense.
It's sprawling. It takes a lot of time.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Work. But the artists appreciate it. I know they do. I've been told up and down that the way that I go about it makes a lot less anxiety for them, because then they don't have to worry too much about whether or not their art fits, whether or not they're doing it the right way. Because that's just my personal, I love different art styles. That is one of my favorite things,
I get
especially
you. And
about this
I feel
fandom.
the same way.
Everybody's art style is different.
Yes, it is.
But somehow within the project, it all melts together to make a beautiful thing.
Right.
And that's the
so
beauty
true.
of, like, that. That's why your art docs are so special, is because you do give them that freedom. And
that
then,
makes
like,
so much
every
sense.
artist
I'm learning
has
a lot
their chance
here.
to shine.
Yes.
Like, it's,
Yes.
but the thing is that you didn't learn that overnight. That's 10 years of experience of how many projects under your belt that you've had to give the art direction for.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
Another thing, there's a fine line between being pushy and being firm.
Yep.
I think that you need to set enough space of a deadline to match the art that you're asking for. Like for PTS, if I'm asking for anywhere from 8 to 10 images, that needs to be reflected by saying 2 to 3 months. If it's just a single art piece, I don't think it's wildly, bad to say I need 1 month and then, get this art piece done. Also engaging with the artists and talking to them and saying, how long do you think you need is another thing.
Okay, communication,
also being respectful to their life.
Yes.
Because one thing I've learned over the years is that when it comes to artists, life happens. things
yes,
happen.
I've
and
understood that too. Yes.
Sometimes things will fall through and they won't hit the deadline. And it's your job as a director to make sure that you've compensated for that.
Yep.
Where you've planned it so far ahead in advance, so where if something does fall, you can make sure that you can either do it yourself or pull someone else.
Yeah, about the doing it yourself part is
very,
kind of hard for me, though.
Very understanding. I say this too to my artists.
Yep.
Life before ponies every time.
Yeah.
Yes,
every
yes,
single time.
for sure.
I
Definitely.
want their art to be fun.
Yes.
If they're not having fun doing art for a project of mine, I don't want them to do it. I don't
Yeah,
ever
that
want
makes
them
sense.
to feel like
That
they
makes a lot of
can't
sense.
just leave and worry that I'm going to be mean or angry for it.
Yeah,
Because I'm
yeah.
not. I get it. Yeah, if it
Yeah, I
gets
get
down to
that
the wire
too.
and you know, it's supposed to come out next week and there's an art piece missing, yeah, I scramble a little bit, but I've learned over the years how to kind of
All right,
make
all
up for
right.
that. Sometimes you go super zoomed in shots of a hoof, you know.
Oh no,
or-
there's tons of workarounds. Like over
yeah.
the years, like I've learned that if you only have one image, but you need to make that shit stretch, you do things. You zoom in, you do pan shots. There's tons of different ways to make something dynamic within your video editing program, so that it's still captivating and engaging to your audience, but they wouldn't know that it's one fucking image.
Exactly, because like if
Ooh,
you
yeah,
show
that is
close-ups
really
of different
good.
parts of the image, but you never show it all together,
Yep,
how
yep.
would they ever?
Yeah.
You know, they'd never suspect.
But that's also something too that you would learn as a video editor. I don't think that's something like even with
I am
the
a video
art
editor.
director aspect.
True, but it's one of the aspects of being an art director is, like you said, it's planning for
Yep.
misfortunes.
Yep, definitely.
Because they're gonna happen no matter what you do.
And then
Yeah.
finding people, that's different.
It is.
So hosting casting calls, I would say.
Yes, that's definitely one. But make sure they know your expectations. I usually have like a list of here's what I, need before I just put it out and say I need an artist.
okay, so
I
make a
actually have
list,
like,
okay.
because there are a lot of, and I love every single one of you who have ever tried to be an artist, and many, many, many of you who are of so much talent, and we just can't have you all. It's just genuine. It's overwhelming.
Oh no,
Yeah,
it is.
I
After
bet.
Apple Sleep, the amount of messages, comments, and emails that I got from people wanting to be a part of the project kind of blew my other projects, really blew my mind. And unfortunately,
surprise me.
I was so overwhelmed that I had to unplug for a while
Wow.
because I was just like, oh, wow.
Our art team becomes our little online family, and so a lot of times they want to return, and if
Yep.
you just don't have enough art to extend out to new people, it's hard. It's
Yeah.
hard to invite
Yeah, I
new
bet.
artists into the fold when
And it's not that we're saying to there are so many of you guys that have poked me that I'm just like, crap, I really would love to work with you, but it's also like, I don't have any projects at the moment. I don't have something going
Yeah,
on. And
yep,
it's
yep.
just, like I said, it's really humbling to see the eagerness. I really, really do. And who knows, maybe somewhere down the line, we will hold auditions for more
I
artists.
can already think of
Oh,
a
that would be
couple
cool.
ideas, but I'm not going to state them
Yeah,
here.
we're
and
not
then-
stating them
Oh,
here.
okay.
and then have you guys be disappointed. But reaching out to other people, there's no harm in asking.
But don't
Yeah,
be
I've heard that many
upset.
times.
And don't be
Yeah.
upset and don't be pushy when people say no, because it is still within
Yep.
their right to say
Yeah,
no.
I know.
Right.
Yep,
I think
got
one
that.
of the biggest things that we talked about was the idea that for if you're struggling to find people, make sure you have a portfolio of things that you've created
Yep.
on your own.
Show them why they should work with you.
Yeah, it's about the idea of kind of marketing yourself on some level.
That
because
makes
I've
sense.
had tons of people over the years be like, "Come join my project," and then I go to their channel.
I could definitely
there's
try
nothing.
that,
and then
but
I go
that
look
might
up their
be
name,
hard.
and there's nothing. And I'm just like, I don't know if I should be joining this project or not, because I don't even know if you're capable of finishing it. And unfortunately, my time is kind of precious because of my own mental health and because of all the projects I do. So
Yeah.
if I devote myself to something,
I
I
feel
need to
that.
make sure that director has a track record of getting it done. And if they don't have anything to show,
Yeah. You really
I
have
get
to have
that.
something to put yourself out there. You're selling yourself as the art director, and they're the clients.
Yeah.
Wow, that was honestly the response I actually expected, but also kind of needed as well. That touched me in the heart. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of speechless, but I understand their point of views. I will definitely take note of this for sure. You see, there's a lot of things I'm capable of doing and a lot of things that I'm not, but I will definitely try my best to follow with what you guys have responded with. I will remember this. Now you guys can see why this is a special reaction for me. Being an art director might be the hardest thing I will ever try to do. Looking for people is really hard, and I just get so nervous about like doing things like casting calls and like looking for like people, putting like posts out there, you know, just try to spread word, asking like people for help. I just have difficulty with that, and I know there's nothing wrong with asking for help. I'm not expecting people to help me all the time. I'm just one of those outgoing people that's always willing to help anybody, and I mean anybody in need, including you guys, you know, Mag and Lost. I'm just one of those people that's just, I just love helping. I really do. No matter what it is, I just love helping. That's just who I am. I'm wanting to help anybody I can. I know I can't help everybody, but I want to try my best to help as many people as I can. You know, I say this to everybody. If anybody needs my help, I'm here. I'm here for everybody, and that's the truth. I'm always willing to hear someone out, and I'm always willing to help in any way I can, whatever it is. I've always had this passion for helping others, no matter what it was, and I've always had this passion for art ever since I was little. I've always had the vision, sometimes had trouble putting that vision into reality. Like, I can come up with the visions and the ideas of what I'm seeing and what I'm thinking of, but it's hard for me to make it in reality on my own. I do have some things I have made in the past and have made recently of stuff like that too. I could definitely put together like lists of things. I could definitely put together a portfolio and all that. Like, I could do all that. I'll just have to go through everything I have and see how much of it I actually have and see if it's even enough. I mean, being a video editor or any kind of editor in general is kind of like a form of art in my own way if you think about it. I've been a video editor since 2022, so a little over 3 years, going on 4 next year. That's a crazy amount of time of video editing, and I know there's a lot of people out there looking for editors, and I know editors can get paid a lot of money for the work that they do. I'm always trying to push myself and challenge myself to make the edits the best way possible that I can. I'm always wanting to learn new things when it comes to editing, and with every video I try to incorporate something new, try to do something I've never done before and see if it works. That's why I think video editing is like a form of art to me. It helps my creativity. It helps me bring things into reality in a different way. Like, video editing gives me the ability to like not only envision what the ideas I have cooking in my mind and try to making them into reality. Video editing is not an easy job. I put a lot of time and effort into my videos. I prefer quality over quantity. I like the idea of quality over quantity. I find that if I don't rush my videos, I feel less stress when I'm editing. That's just how I feel. If I wanted to get a video done in a day, I could, but I don't want to rush my work. I love doing what I do, but I hope to one day meet you, Lost and Mag, and hopefully talk to you guys at some time. That'd be really nice. I've been huge fans of you guys for a long time now, and all I can say is that I am thankful for you guys answering my question. It really made my day. So thank you again, Lost and Mag. I hope you both have a wonderful future, and thanks to all of you for watching this video. Links to both Lost and Mag's channels will be linked in the description down below, along with the original video as well. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn that bell notification on so you know when I upload. And with that being said, this is Mechanical Number Fox MNF signing out, and thanks again, Lost and Mag. It really made me happy. See ya.